Welcome back to Sports Dump, Lewis County's only sports podcast, formerly known as Let's Take About It, presented as always by Elam's Home Furnishings and Sleep Center, as well as Goebel Septic. Alec Dietz, how are you sleeping?
Not well enough still.
How's the plumbing situation?
Just not good enough.
Well,
not good enough.
Our sponsors can help you out. We'll get to that later. I'm Aaron Van Tile, joined tonight by Chronicle sports editor Eric Trent and the aforementioned sports writer Alec Dietz. And, last week, guys, we opened with a quick minute to discuss Urban Meyer's issues. Shall we ask the same question of John Gruden, or maybe just skip over that?
I think we should probably skip
over that.
You don't want to know whose emails have something salacious or offensive in them if you go back far enough?
I don't know.
I
don't think anyone is showing their emails anytime soon.
No, I don't either. Anyway, yeah. So long, Gruden. So let's start off as we always do. Any COVID scheduling updates? It sounds like you guys are trying to find out if Adna has a game. Are they playing? And it sounds like Rochester might be going over the mountains.
Yeah. So first, Rochester's game against I want to say Evergreen was canceled for whatever reason. I don't think we actually ever got a reason, but they're going to play Ellensburg in Central Washington. That'll be an interesting matchup on Saturday, I think, at 4. And then the other one we found out last night, the Adna-Wahkiakum game got canceled.
What?
Not sure which side is the problem. We are in the process of trying to find out.
Well,
it's clearly Wahkiakum canceled. They were scared of
it was just
Adna.
too tough a place to play. Any other scheduling information we need to get out there?
I think those are the major two as of Thursday at 5:14 Pacific time.
Yeah.
All right. And tonight, I understand, Alec, you are going to Tenino?
Yes, I'm doing back-to-back nights in Tenino, going to Tenino Monty soccer, Tenino Monty football tomorrow.
All right. We will certainly have some information on your picks soon. Well, before you go, who do you you got in that soccer game?
Gosh, I guess if recent history serves, this Tenino people are going to get mad at me again, but Montesano's won the last 2 matchups, so, I'm definitely, I covered UW Wazoo football for 3 years and watched every single one of those Apple Cups and did not pick against UW until Wazoo could beat them, so I think this is kind of the same deal for me.
So Montesano's UW and Tenino's...
Until I can see a win, I can't picture it, so I need to see Tenino beat them. I think they can. I'm not saying they can't, but
it's tough to beat a good team 3 times.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. We'll find out.
Montesano's won 9 in a row too.
Yeah.
So. Well, and Tenino's, how many league wins do they have now? Like 2?
They're 2-2. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know. 2-2 doesn't exactly strike fear into you.
No. They had a weird week. They lost to Montesano in their league opener, and then the next game it was like foggy as all hell, and it was like 0-0, and it went into PKs, I think, against Elma, and they just lost in PKs, which at that point it's like a crapshoot. So,
yeah.
Weird things happen in Tenino, I guess.
They certainly do. Let's get into the Week 6 football results.
Don't check the emails over in Tenino.
Let's get into the Week 6 football results. 2A games. We got a couple of them. WFS 38, Rochester 20. Brock Guyette led all rushers with 109 yards, 3 touchdowns. Gavin Fugate hit 14 of 24 passes, 174 yards. And Talon Betts for Rochester, 65 yards and a touchdown. Sounds like WFS defense played pretty well there then.
Yeah, their defense has been good all season since 7-0 loss to Kelso in Week 1.
I think the only game where they really gave up a lot of points was Tumwater.
That was
kind of the
34.
only game.
And they played Tumwater closer than anybody has except for that Oregon school.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So WFS is good.
All right. And Aberdeen 28, Centralia 12. The Tigers' best and closest game of the season. Chase Sobolewski's back in full. 12 carries for 93 yards and a touchdown. Gabe Seymour had 13 touches for 58 yards and a score. And Centralia, are they trending upwards?
They are. They're trending upwards, and they may get their first win of the season. We'll talk more about that later. They're going to Hoquiam, a Hoquiam team that's not as good as they usually are. So we'll get to that, though, here in a bit.
Well, as Kevin Schultz will tell you, strange things happen on the harbor. Speaking of Tenino in the 1As, Tenino 50, Hoquiam 6. Wow, that's spicy. Dude. So Tenino's coming off their only loss of the season to number 2 Eatonville. 7 Tenino players scored touchdowns, and Takari Hickel ran 16 times for 113 yards and a score. They had 393 yards of rushing. Just on the ground. Let's see. The 2B games. Adna 47, Stevenson 6. Casey Johnson got win number 150, even if 151 might be an extra week away. This is his 21st year. That's an average of 7 a season. Quarterback Lane Johnson passed for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. And Adna ran for 164 yards. Pretty good.
Yep.
Linden Christian 38, Onalaska 20. Let's see. So yeah, that's Onalaska. What's Ani's record now?
2-3.
2-3.
2-3, but 3-0 in league. So
yeah,
there's some confusing stuff going on there because originally they were supposed to play Tudor Lake, and I don't think Tudor Lake has played a football game in like 4 weeks or something. They've just forfeited all their games. So they picked up a league win, technically.
But, right. Okay.
So they're 3-0 in league, and
2-3 in games.
2-3 in overall. So, I mean, we'll talk about it in the AP poll later. But I think a lot of people kind of overreacted to a loss to a last minute game against a pretty good Linden Christian team. And
all right.
And again, they're still going to go to state, and I mean they're still perfect in league play. So could change this week though.
All right. Marshall Haight, 22 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown. And, Onalaska loses on the road in a last-minute game. So, not the biggest indicator of that team's goodness, badness.
No. Linden Christian was in the state title game 2 years ago. So.
Okay. Forks 34, Rainier 8. Logan Bowers took an interception all the way back, and that was Rainier's only points. Forks remains pretty good. Rainier is, 0-3 now? 0-4?
0-3.
0-3, yeah.
Napavine 48, PWV 3. The big takeaway, P.O. Valley kicked a field goal?
Yeah, Garrett
Keaton,
damned. Their ace pitcher.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it's a 24-yard, yeah.
Cool. Gavin Parker had 248 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on 7 carries. What? What's an average of, 35 yards a carry?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. The Tigers had 626 yards of offense. Jeez. Yeah, they look like they're doing okay.
Was that an 8-man game?
Might as well have
it
been.
wasn't 40-0 though.
Yeah,
people don't talk about
it. It wasn't
that.
the gentleman's football sweep where you just hit 40 and then you're like, okay, the hat tip game. And Toledo 56, Kingsway Christian 22, Jeff Glass 4 rushing touchdowns, and they won this one on the road. Toledo had 42 points in the second quarter alone, 346 yards of offense, all in the first half before the reserves went in. 1As, Chief Leshai 56, Oakville 14. Acorns suffer defeat after blowing out Tahola a week earlier. And in the, what did we call this one? The Ock Bowl, Winlock 42, Mossy Rock 40. 64 combined points in the first half and only 3 total touchdowns in the second. Easton Kolb hit Keegan Kolb for a touchdown with 3 minutes to go, down 8 to bring the Vikings within 2. But Peyton Sickles picked off Mossy Rock's 2-point conversion and sealed a 42-40 win. Nolan Swafford, 139 yards on 21 carries and 2 touchdowns for Winlock, and Keegan Kolb caught 12 passes for 262 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's a lot.
Jeez.
Pretty good.
It was a lot.
All right. You guys want to talk about Gobel Septic?
Always.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
Let's see. Would you rather use the restroom in an Arby's or a Gobel Septic Sandy can?
Oh, there's no comparison. obviously Global Septic.
If you want the cleaner one, you go to Global Septic.
Yeah, exactly. Global Septic, providing septic service and portable sanitation for Thurston County, Lewis County, Mason County, Calais County, and Grays Harbor County. They've just got the region covered in beautiful, safe, sterile, portable restrooms. They provide septic pumping and inspection, septic riser installation, commercial septic pumping, grease trap services. One of these days, we're going to have a good, thorough discussion of grease trap services.
You're always so excited about that one when you list these out. It's always, the grease trap services.
Of course, porta potty rentals, portable sinks. You can learn more at globalseptic.com or give them a call. Maybe you want a porta potty just brought over to your house. You know, you got the in-laws coming and, you know, you're very protective of your restroom in the home. So bring one of those over. Give them a call, 360-736-2167. As always, we are thrilled to have Global Septic as a sponsor. Who wants to tell us about other sports that are happening?
Yeah, WFOS boys tennis is now 11-0 on the season. They're the defending district champions, and they look just as good as they were last year. WFOS volleyball beat Centralia in 5 sets in the first round of the Swamp Cup. That was Tuesday. That was a really good match. Rochester girls soccer got their first win of the season, snapped a 14-match losing streak, and before that, it was like a 10-match losing streak. So this was a huge win. It was like a 6-3 Aberdeen team that they beat too, which was really surprising. So they're looking pretty good now. Things are looking up in Rochester or in Grand Mound.
How about that wild 2B volleyball situation? What's going on there?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Oh, Toledo is about to play the number 1 ranked team in the state, 2B, Okanagan, on Friday.
What? How is that happening?
At a neutral site.
Oh, that's soccer.
Yeah.
In Sumner. So, yeah.
Yeah.
2B soccer.
Change sports on you really fast. But, yeah, for some reason they're playing against a East Side team in Sumner.
Cool.
Yep.
I guess it's like a neutral site.
Neutral site.
I guess.
Well, yeah, that's where they play the state.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay. It's on Friday at 6, so
not
ideal timing.
Sumner doesn't have a football game that night.
I guess not.
All right. What about golf? WFOS beat Black Hills. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Freshman Ben
Halberstadt shot out 1 over par 37.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Well, and this wouldn't be a sports dump without talking about the Wassons.
Yeah, how are the Wasson boys doing?
They're always shooting in the 30s.
Yeah,
every time.
Pretty much shooting 40 or lower consistently. So I think that they've consistently been the best golfers in the area. So probably will make a run at state. Although I figured out, I didn't know this because I don't golf, but the
low score is better?
No. I learned a lot of things.
Aaron does golf.
But the chief thing I learned, they do state in the spring. They don't. Yeah. So they do their postseason now for districts and stuff, and then they wait all these months and then do state in the spring, while all the teams on the east side do their season in the spring and then just go right into state.
Yeah, it can create some interesting situations if, for example, you have a kid that's a really good baseball player who's also a golfer. Yeah. And you might have to juggle a little bit of playoff action to get to go to one or the other. That's been WFOS had a Brady Calkins who's playing pro golf now, was also their ace pitcher on a state championship team. And I think he didn't have the performance he wanted at state golf, and I think it was earlier in the week, and he finished top 5 probably. Mm-hmm. And so he was kind of pissed off by the time he got to baseball, but they won a state championship a few days later, so he was okay. But yeah, it's one of those quirky things. Most of the boys' classifications have golf in the spring or in the fall, but 2Bs have it in the spring, and so they get to go straight from their usual into golf.
It's so weird too because I feel like all these golf teams that are competing right now, if you qualify for state, you're probably qualifying because you're just dealing with the rain better than everybody else. Where if you're qualifying in the spring, you're qualifying because you're a good golfer in good conditions. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Conditions aren't that bad now, though, and it can be pretty bad playing in the spring too.
That's fair.
You know because you went to state.
Yeah,
Aaron.
we played. I did. We played in the spring when I was in high school, and conditions were off. We'd have to go play at North Beach, and it would just be pouring rain and 20-mile-an-hour winds, and you're just freezing and you're soaked to the bone, and you're oh man, this is Should have done something else. So, yeah. But, I don't think the weather's that big of an issue. Like, it's not that much worse now than it would be in the spring.
I guess that's fair.
Yep.
Let's see. What other sport? Any cross-country kids running fast?
Yeah, did Levi Jennings win that race last night?
That sounds right.
Let's see.
Rochester hosted cross-country last night.
Levi Jennings won. It was like Black Hills and Centralia in Rochester. I forget his time. It was pretty
Levi
good.
Jennings ran the fastest time for the boys in 17 minutes, 29.53 seconds.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Second place was...
Kid from Centralia.
Centralia, Devin Harrison, 17:48.
That's right.
So, 20 seconds faster. It's pretty good. Not bad.
Pretty good, but yeah, he's pretty good. Couple kids at Tumwater are pretty fast.
Yeah.
I think they got John Hoffer, I want to say.
John Taffer?
No, I think it's Hoff. I think it's
The bar rescue guy?
I think he has like the third fastest, fifth fastest time in the state or something like that. So, yeah, a couple good runners in the area.
All right. Do we need to do the perfect report?
There's only one
Is it
team.
going to be a repeat of last week?
I think we do. We got to talk about them. They're up to number 4 on the RPI board.
Who
Your
is
Napavine Tigers are 6-0.
RPI.
And
They're number 1 in the AP. That's all that matters. And everyone needs to know I've had them number 1 all year.
Were they at RPI? Like 4?
They are in 4th place on the RPI board.
Behind.
Kalama.
Let's see. We're
Probably
gonna
not
have
Kalama.
this segment again. Who've they played? They're behind.
Who've they played?
Lind Ritzville's number 1.
Who have they played?
Okanagan is number 2, and then Kalama and Napavine.
I'm calling Eastside bias.
And Lind Ritzville's strength of schedule is
Suspect.
Lind Ritzville. Their strength of schedule is .543, while Napavine's is .470.
What?
Lind
They've been
Ritzville. All right,
playing-
let's do it. Let's do it. Lind Ritzville.
They've been playing
we
like
talk about this
Wallou.
I felt like we talked about this last week.
Who have they played?
I
So
felt
they
like we
beat
did this last week.
Listen, how is their strength of schedule better?
They beat Liberty. They beat Davenport by 1. They beat Northwest Christian, notable basketball school Northwest Christian, by a touchdown. They blew out Chewelah, and they blew out Medical Lake.
Well, as we know,
Medical
Cheweela's having a
Lake.
down season.
Chewelah is being hit hard by COVID, having a down year. And Medical Lake, they beat Medical. They dropped 62 on Medical Lake.
Wow.
Whoop-de-doo.
Medical Lake's
I mean, that
record.
Montesano win.
Medical Lake's record this
Easy.
year, 0-2.
But
Huge win.
but Napavine beat then number 5 Montesano, and they beat Onalaska. Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yes, Napavine's wins are against, perennial cellar dwellers, Adna, Onalaska, Montesano, PWV.
It's just all easy teams that never make it to state.
And they dropped 60 on Rainier, which was a state competitor 2 years ago, the last time they had a state tournament.
Yep. Huh. Weird.
And, the gentleman's 40-0 over North Beach, which probably tells you more about their season than any of these other scores.
They probably dropped down in the RPI rankings because they only beat North Beach by 40. It was probably one of those, you didn't beat them by enough, so we're dropping you down.
Yeah, I mean, Napavine's only close games were the 9-point win over Montesano and a 2-touchdown win over Onalaska. So, their RPI should be better.
Well, they didn't beat Medical Lake by 60.
Play Medical Lake, you
Come over
cowards.
here. Yeah.
So Napavine's still undefeated, and once again, we have to ask: Can they run the table?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
They
You guys
will.
seem pretty. Let's see what Napavine's last 3 games are. At Raymond,
Yep.
Win
what are we putting a spread on that one at?
40.
40.
a 40 or more.
40.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's 40-0.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Home with Forks on October 22nd.
Oh, they're going to demolish them. PWV almost beat Forks. And what did they do to PWV?
48-3. I don't know. Forks is undefeated.
Forks eked out a
Even though
win
they-
over
even-
PWV.
Forks beat Squim. They beat Owaco by 20.
Owaco.
They beat PL Valley by 1, which Napavine just beat by 45.
There we go.
Let's see. Oh, Forks blew out Raymond South Bend, and they blew out Rainier. So
And let's not forget they backed out of a game against Kalama.
they did not have a quarterback.
Yep.
Anyway, so I think Napavine can finish the regular season undefeated. I don't. They really gotta play their cards right though. There's a lot up in the air there. Let's see. We already touched on RPI rankings a little bit. Let's take a look at the rest of the 2B top 10. We've got Burbank at 5, Davenport 6, Forks at 7. Ooh, yeah, Forks is they're legit. It's right there on the RPI board.
So this would be a quality win if they beat Forks.
Look out, Lind Ritzville.
Are they still number? Oh, yeah, they're number 1. That's right.
Goldendale 8, Adna 9, and Riverview High School out of Kennewick 10. I don't think I've ever heard of Riverview.
Me neither. Never heard of Riverview.
Let's take a trip down Riverview's season lane.
They're a new school.
In our segment, who have they played?
Yes, our favorite segment, popular segment. The people are asking, do more, who have they played? So they played Keona Benton, Walook, Cleellum Roslyn, Granger,
Cleellum.
Mabton.
Did they beat Cleellum?
These sound like a bunch of fake schools you would hear in a Simpsons episode.
Did they beat Cleellum? It was
Or
one
like-
of my old teams I covered.
Yes, they beat Cleellum.
How bad?
33-8.
Okay.
But they lost to Keona Benton and Burbank. So now that's all we need to know about Riverview High School. It's a school, but they have a river.
With a view?
A beautiful view of the river. Let's see. Where's Tenino at? The 1A's Tenino is 12.
12.
God, that's harsh.
If they beat Montesano, they might move up a spot or two.
I don't think
Montesano's
Montesano-
13,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's not going to help
Whoa.
them.
Yeah,
Montesano's
it's not
3 and
gonna
2.
Because Montesano got absolutely mauled by
They did.
Eatonville.
They did.
Eatonville 6-0, number 2, and Riverside is number 1. Riverside
Where's
is in
Royal?
Royal number 4.
Wow.
Yeah, the top
Okay.
5 are all undefeated.
Wow.
Kings and Lakeside, 9 Mile Falls, Lakeside. And Toppenish at 11 is also undefeated.
That's right, Toppenish.
Don't forget about Toppenish.
Can't. How could I?
In the 2A's, number 1, any guesses?
Oh, man.
Ridgefield.
Centralia?
No. Stillicum's number 1. North Kitsap, number 2. Ridgefield, 3. They're all undefeated.
Stillicum's number 1?
Yep. 4-0 Stillicum.
All right.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
No one explain RPI to me.
Actually, they changed the RPI committee changed how it is formulated.
I'm sure they did.
It
for
is
the better.
now 40% a team's record, 40% their opponent's record, and only 20% their opponent's record.
What?
The plot thickens.
Who's doing that?
Does the margin of victory over teams not matter at all?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. See. That feels like the biggest problem with this whole system to me is
Yeah.
Tumwater beat
No point
Enumclaw
spreads.
by 50 and Stillicum eked out a 14 to 10 win over Enumclaw. It's like, okay, I wonder who's the better team.
Right.
I don't know if they should count point spreads, but you should get an extra point if it's a running clock win.
Yeah.
So you
can
can
see
get
that.
you can just clock it off at your gentleman's 40 and
Yeah,
call
that's
it a
probably
night.
true. You don't want people running up the score
Yeah,
on teams.
keeping their starters
to get a
in and things
higher
like that.
Although, I haven't been covering high school football long enough. Does RPI really matter? Do people really look at that and be like, oh, yeah, let's seed based off this?
No, it's just one factor the seeding committee uses. It matters more in basketball,
Yeah.
where point spreads still don't matter.
Right.
But yeah, for football, it's just kind of like set dressing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look at this. We can rank teams.
Yeah, WF West is 12th, 4-2. Any other? Wait, where was Tumwater? Tumwater's 5. So
5.
yeah,
Wow, they're terrible.
yep, they're just sliding down those rankings. They'll be out of it soon. Week 7 AP polls. Tumwater remains number 1. Ridgefield 2. No real surprises there. In the 1A's, you guys want to guess where Tenino's at?
I think I know. They're 6th.
Spoilers, yeah, they are 6.
Oh.
I think
5 and
I
1.
think I put him 5th. Yeah. I gave Eatonville my top vote again.
Eatonville has 2 votes for number 1.
I can tell you who the
Wow.
other person was.
Linden Christian notably they were 11th. Well, actually, Linden Christian and Montecito each got points, so they are technically tied for 11th. And in the 2Bs, Napavine retains its seat at number 1 with 4 first-place votes. Kalama is number 2 with 3. That is the closest of the 3 votes we're looking at. Let's see. Okanagan, Forks, Lynn Ritzville, Sprague, Burbank. Awney's at 7. Toledo's at 8. Onalaska, notably the only team in the top 10 with a sub 500 record.
Actually, the only team in the top 10 with more than 1 loss.
Yeah.
They have 2 more losses. I don't know. I mean, like...
Awney has as many losses as the rest of the top 10 combined.
Yes. Yeah.
But they're quality losses.
Yeah. I guess I understand at some point you have to punish Awney for losing football games, but, like, I mean...
They haven't lost to anybody they were supposed to beat, though, really.
I can tell
Not
you...
really, no.
I can tell you they would beat Burbank by 40. I've seen Burbank play last year, and they would beat Burbank.
Burbank's
by a lot.
undefeated, my man.
Yeah, with quality wins over Wahluke and
Captain.
Never forget.
Clallam and Kittitas. No offense to those schools.
The teams West Canaan beat in Varsity Blues are also the teams Burbank beat this year.
Varsity Blues.
Yeah, I think Toledo is also too low.
It's a good football movie.
It's a great football movie. Let's see. And then the 1Bs, Elmira Cooley Heartlands 1. And nobody from around here ranked. Nacelle is at 6th with 13 points as a team to watch or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. When are you guys going to go over to Elam's Home Furnishings and Mattress Gallery and pick out some new furniture for the office?
Next day off.
Chad said he was going to give you the credit card and just kind of deck the whole place out.
Oh, okay. Well, in that
You guys
case, yeah.
You guys could get
He's
some
making promises.
sick, like, reclining beds for behind your computers.
Ooh, I could use a lazy boy at my desk.
There
really
you go.
could.
Get a nice like armoire to store all your own district programs in. A new TV cabinet, maybe.
Ooh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, go see Elam's Home Furnishings, the Mattress Gallery. They're at 1530 South Gold Street in Centralia. You can call them just to ask about their sweet, sweet deals at 807-1211. And, of course, you can email them info@elamshf.com. Also, very happy to have Elam's Home Furnishings around. Maybe for the next ad for Elam's, we'll just open up their website and look at the furniture and drool.
Sounds
It'll
yeah.
just be great. Great content. Wow, look at this couch. Week 6 Grid Picks Roundup. Oh, man, I only missed one game.
You won. You won the week.
Wow, that's great. Everybody missed on Alaska. That was the only one I missed.
Dang.
Let's see. Other notable losses. Oh, you fools. You absolute fools. Taking Oakville over Chief Leshai.
No.
Let's see.
Never
Who
again.
else? The Banish also took Oakville. Yeah, Jordan and I both had. How many games were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I'll say
12 and 1, 13 and
Yeah.
1, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pretty good run there. Chad
He's there.
missed 6 games. His homerism is really dragging him down.
We appreciate it, thoh.
Yeah,
No
he's a-
longer can teams get mad at us for someone not picking them.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, let's take a look at week 7 grid picks. Game number 1, Aberdeen at WF West. Oh, how did you get the elusive Chad Kramer on the grid picks board?
It took a lot of work, but and some convincing and some bribing, but I finally got him to
You
to
told
join.
him you'd cover a game in Morton.
I said I would cover one home game this year. I gave him a promise. So it's been
Did you
set.
actually? It better not
No.
be me, because last time you made a promise, you sent me out there.
Oh, that's a great trick.
Last year he said that we hadn't covered a home game in 7 years, so I went out there for their last home game.
It
a
might have
cool
been.
gym.
I think I covered a game in Morton when it would have been 2014. So yeah, right about 7 years.
Yeah, yep. I like it. The gym is really cool.
Morton or Randall?
Morton.
Yeah, Morton's. I think Randall's newer because they rebuilt the high school in like 2010. But yeah, the Morton gym's cool. It's quaint. A lot of green.
It's kind of like South Bend's Coplitz Fieldhouse. Where
You
it's kind of like,
whoa.
I mean,
No, it is
not
cool.
as
It
nice,
is cool.
but
Fieldhouse.
Coplitz
like,
Fieldhouse
like
is. Coplitz Fieldhouse, you can go. There's a balcony behind one of the baskets, so you can just like sit and watch from up there. It's awesome.
like a catwalk type deal.
No, it's legit like 3 or 4 rows of seats.
yeah,
Wow.
behind one of the baskets. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not like Phantom of the Opera and get up there. You're just hanging out. Anyway, Aberdeen and WF West. Everybody went Bearcats.
Yep.
Okay. I
Yep.
think.
Easy.
Centralia at Hoquiam. Most of us went Centralia.
Tigers
get their first win.
Their first win,
This is the
maybe.
first time I picked them this year.
Has Hoquiam won a game?
No, they got blown out by Aberdeen. So that's what I was going off of.
Like that.
Because Aberdeen, beat Centralia by 2.
They're 0-3. They're 45th in the 1A RPI rankings. Shall we take a look at who they played?
Yep.
They lost to Nooksack Valley, Tenino, and Aberdeen. So there you go.
Those are all pretty decent teams, though. But actually.
Let's see. Black Hills at Shelton. We all went Shelton upon the word of Matt Beatty, who has never been wrong about a pick.
Yep. It's good. Yeah, it's going to be Shelton.
Camas at Tumwater. We all got Tumwater on there.
Yeah, I mean, Camas is 4A technically.
I think they're the defending 4A champs, too.
They are. They've had a tough year, though. I think they're 2-4.
Yeah.
If we want to go into this segment here,
They're not too
who
great.
have they played? I think they've lost. They played Central Catholic, too.
That's right. They have a common opponent.
Yeah.
And it was actually very They didn't lose by a whole lot.
They lost by like 11, I want to say.
Yeah, it was a very similar score.
It could be. I think it might be close for a bit. I think
Yeah.
Tumwater's going to wear them down, though.
Yep. Tomatoes too deep.
Camas 3A.
4A.
4A.
They're not seeing them on the RPI board. Maybe they
They're
moved.
so bad they're not even on there.
Like 2, 3, 2, and 4.
I think they're 2-4.
I don't see Camas on here.
Okay, look at Max Preps.
Oh boy. Did they drop down to 3A this year? They might.
They're
have.
4A.
They were 4A when they won
are
state 2
4A.
years ago.
Mm-hmm.
No Camas, huh?
I don't know. I don't see Camas. Maybe I'm just missing it. Stranger things have happened. Let's see. Oh, they're there. Oh, they're Union High School in Camas. Okay. Wait, no.
No, that's Union.
That's a different one. Wait, there's another Camas. Oh, Camas High School. Yeah, there they are. I just missed it 6 times.
Where
They're
are they?
2-4.
Yeah.
They're 43rd in the RPI board.
Ooh, not good.
They have.
Lost to two Oregons.
They're on a
3
2-game.
Oregon
They're on a
schools.
2-game heater though.
They played 3 Oregon schools.
They beat Battleground and Mountain View. Blew them both out.
They played
I don't
4
know.
Oregon schools. Their 4 losses are to only Oregon schools.
Ooh.
Clackamas
they might be
Junior,
Westland,
Jesuit.
Jesuit, yeah.
These are all Portland
Clackamas.
schools too.
I don't know. They're undefeated north of the border, guys. What do we think? Maybe time to
Oh,
change
that
your
changes
picks.
things.
I know,
Big
it does.
win over Battleground.
Ah, boy.
Is Mountain View good? Didn't
I don't
Mountain
know.
View just
We're not playing who have they played with Mountain View. I don't know where that is.
I feel like Mountain View just beat Kelso or something. They did.
Which mountain do they have a view of?
Okay.
though?
And then there's a
all of
common
them.
opponent between.
It's Mountains View.
So Mountain View. Okay, Mountain View beat Kelso by 3. Kelso beat WF West by 7.
Yes.
Tumwater beat WF West by 34. I got Tumwater.
Tumwater.
All right.
Transitive property.
Ooh, look at that.
Got it all settled. Great stuff. Montesano at Tenino. You guys took Tenino. I went against the grain here.
You and Jordan.
Yeah, we went Montesano. Prove it to me, Tenino.
You went against the grain and picked the powerhouse school. How bold of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel great about it, but
So you left the Tenino train, or
You're not on the Beaver.
yeah,
What do they call it?
I got off the old beaver wagon at the last station. And, we'll see what happens.
got off in Hoquiam
Yeah, it's like I stay here.
and then boarded another train for the Montesano train?
Yeah, it's like take me to the county seat.
All the way to Chief Leschi.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, all the way to Puyallup. So yeah, I don't know. Can your boy Takari Hickle get it done against Big Bad Terry Jensen's Montesano Bulldogs?
I think it's like for me, it might be reactionary, but Tenino loses to Edenville by 2, and Monty I think loses by 4 touchdowns or something to Edenville. So I just picked the team that played a better game against Edenville.
I only picked Montesano so you won't get eggs thrown at you on Friday while you're shooting the game.
that was the other thing. I'm covering the game this week, so I got to pick them.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Napavine at Raymond South Bend. Looks like we all went Napavine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Adna at Wakayakum. That game's off the board. We all had Adna except for Chad. Well, Wakayakum. Interesting. Rainier at Peel Valley. Jordan and Chad both went Rainier. Everybody else went Peel Valley, which I like Peel Valley in that one.
Yep.
They're good. They're tough. They're a good like second tier 2B C2BL team.
They are. Yep.
And yeah, we haven't seen Rainier play a really good game yet this year.
They almost beat Toledo in week 1. People forget that.
Toledo's ranked.
Yeah. That was like,
yeah.
But that was before injuries.
I mean, Napa Vine's and Forks is ranked. They've only lost to ranked teams.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, now that you put it that way.
Let's see. Winlock at Oakville. Winlock across the board.
Yep.
Yeah, fair. Morton White Pass at Forks. Most of us have got MWP, or got Forks on there. Chad went MWP, and both Chads.
Both Chads.
2 Chads on the board. What a time to be alive. Yeah, they both went NWP. Predictable, but Forks, they sound good, I guess. I don't know.
I could see Morton winning. Like, I could see it happening.
It's such a long drive, though. How far is it from Randall to Forks?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they have a common opponent, PWV.
True.
Forks beat them by 1, and PWV beat Morton White Pass 28-6, I think.
Something like that.
So I think that's why I went with Forks.
Oh, it was a 4-hour drive from Randall to Forks.
Why
That's a long way. It's just to play Forks.
Why is Forks? And Stevenson, for that matter. Have I hopped on that train? Okay, it's beautiful, but why? But who wants to make that trip? Like, why?
Stevenson?
Why is Stevenson? Why
the Bridge
is
of the
Forks?
Gods.
Why?
Yeah, you have to go into Oregon, and then you come back into Washington, and you're in Stevenson.
Yeah, that's great.
It's wild.
It's great to have coaches call on the bus ride and have their cell service cut out in the middle of it.
My old high school golf coach pulled that on us, like going to a match in Ilwaco, and we were like crossing the border into Oregon. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is a shortcut," and we're like,
Look at this cool bridge.
"Is it?" We were late for the match.
Oh no.
Let's see, Ani at Kalama.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one.
I think it will be good. They're so different in styles. This is, of course, a rematch of the 2019 State 2B Championship game, which Onalaska won. So, yeah, I'm sure Jackson Esri wants a little revenge against Ani.
Yeah.
He was just a sophomore then. He's a little better now. Onalaska's I think they got mostly new lineups since then, but they're not really doing anything differently.
Nope.
So, I think that'll be a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, when I talk to the guys that cover Kalama, they say that the Ani game is kind of the biggest test for them because they just don't go up against a team that's just that physical at the line. So
just got to prepare to dig that hole, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Chad Taylor went Onalaska. Everybody else went Kalama, which it's fair. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think Ani's going to roll over him for him by any means, but, yeah, we'll see what happens. Cascade Christian at Toledo.
Speaking of rolling over someone.
Yeah, Cascade Christian at Toledo. I don't know what Cascade Christian's deal is. But Toledo, we all picked Toledo.
Yep.
And Mossy Rock at Tahola. We all went Mossy Rock.
Yes. 70-0.
70 to that bad.
Yeah.
Fresh off a tight loss to Powerhouse Winlock.
Yeah. Well.
And then we got to pick Rochester Ellensburg.
Oh, yeah. Is that actually happening?
Yeah, Saturday.
The Dietz Bowl.
Mm-hmm. I got to go Rochester. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rochester.
Having seen both teams, I have Rochester.
Score prediction.
I'm not doing that.
So I'll do it. 41-3.
Ooh. Well, okay.
And
here's my really quick scouting report on Ellensburg. They have a really good defensive lineman, Caleb Menzel, who's like he's like all state caliber.
See Johnny Manziel's brother?
No, it's like Menzel, not Manzel, so it's Menzel.
So there's like a couple of them.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a stud. So like I could see them kind of frustrating Rochester a little bit, especially I think Landon Haas is banged up.
Yeah.
So don't have a starting quarterback, but yeah, I think preparing for Talon Betts on a short week is going to be tough. I could see them like kicking the opening kickoff right to him and him taking it to the house because they just don't know.
Like he did to WF.
So hopefully they listen to this podcast. They probably don't, but
yeah, I'm sure.
If they do, there's the tip for you. Don't kick it to Talon Betts. But I do think Rochester just has too much firepower, and their defense has actually been pretty good this year too. So
yeah,
I think they're going to win.
Yep, I think so too.
All right, yeah, I'm sure that Cole Conyer is listening to this podcast and doing just a Marvin Berry from Back to the Future and calling us the football coach. You got to hear this. Anyway, where are you guys going to be tomorrow night? Alec, you'll be in Tenino for the Montesano game?
Yep, on the black turf. Does that field have a nickname? It needs to have a nickname.
Talk to Coach Joe.
I need to do it. Like, eventually, it's you can't have a black field and not have a nickname for it.
The blacktop's too easy.
The blacktop is too easy.
The abyss?
The abyss.
You stare into the abyss.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. That'll be number one. I won't even cover the game.
Just they're like jotting down notes. What if we called it the Blackout? The Black Album.
Yeah. Smell the glove.
Blackbeard's Field Turf Delight or something. And Trent, where are you going to be?
I will be Rainier at PWV. That's where I'm going.
Going to Rainier again?
At PWV? Where is it at?
I think if it's at Krogstad, I can't go.
It's too far.
I didn't even think about that. Hopefully it's in PL.
PL at their 8-man field.
Yep.
You're going all
Minlow's
the way.
too far.
All the way.
That is not a great schedule.
I don't know. What's you going to have Crawler shoot some stuff?
He is going to be shooting WF West.
They're home with Aberdeen?
Aberdeen, yep.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. I think that's all we got. You guys, anything else you want to throw in there?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Okay.
Let us know if everyone has suggestions for a nickname for Tenano's field.
Yep.
Yeah.
Beaver Stadium.
Tweet them at us at the Chronicle Sports. Oh, yeah. Follow the Chronicle Sports Twitter account.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a new Twitter account.
Look at that.
It's Chronicle Sports 69 on Twitter.
Just random numbers we punched in.
It's just Chronicle Sports.
Just Chronicle Sports?
Yeah.
Okay.
With the kids.
All right. Yeah, check that out. And we'll be back next week to break down what happened in Week 7. And, of course, play a long roundup, but who have they played? This has been Sports Dump. Thank you.